Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to what's happening around the league, especially in the NFC North, you know things are stirring. The Bears are not just sitting back anymore. They're making moves, big ones, that could reshape the division in ways we haven't seen for a long time. And all eyes are on the potential acquisition of Jeffrey Simmons from the Tennessee Titans. That's right. Simmons, a top-tier interior defensive lineman, is reportedly on the brink of joining the Bears, and this isn't just a typical trade rumor. This could be the move that elevates Chicago into serious contender status. Let's talk about Simmons first. Drafted back in 2019 from Mississippi State, this guy has made a name for himself as one of the most disruptive forces on the interior line in the league. He's a Pro Bowler from 2020 and 2021, and last season, he was dominating across the board. In 2025, Simmons has been putting up some eye-popping numbers. He's got 22 tackles solo, ranking him 15th among defensive tackles, but what really stands out are his 5 tackles for loss, putting him in the top 10 in that category. And his EPA per snap, an elite plus 0.15, which shows how impactful he is when he's on the field. His PFF grade this year is 85 too, placing him among the top 10 interior linemen. Simmons is also excellent at creating pressure. He's got a hurry rate of 13%, pressure counts of 60, and a double-team rate of 35%, which is in the top 5 league-wide. Plus, he's allowing just 19 yards after contact per tackle, which puts him in the top 7. His career stats are impressive. Over his 5 seasons, Simmons has accumulated 45 sacks and 70 tackles for loss, with a gap penetration win rate of 65%, which ranks among the best in the league. His EPA versus the run is 15, also in the top 5, showing how disruptive he can be against the run game. And if we look at his injury history, he's had a knee injury that cost him a game this season, but overall, he's been remarkably durable considering the level of impact he has. Remember, Simmons has drawn comparisons to some of the best interior disruptors in recent history, like Fletcher Cox at his peak. His ability to penetrate gaps, collapse the pocket, and stuff the run makes him a must-have for any team aiming for Super Bowl contention. Now, why are the Titans willing to let him go? Well, Tennessee, as you know, is in a bit of a tricky spot. They're currently 1-5, tanking after losing quarterback Will Levis to injury and trying to rebuild for the future. The team has some financial constraints. They need cap space to extend Levis and other rookies, and that's where Simmons comes into play. They're seeking a first-round pick in the 2026 draft, along with Justin Jones, a talented defensive tackle who can help bolster their interior line. The Titans are also trying to shed some cap space, about $16 million, so this move is about rebuilding and retooling for the long term, even if it sacrifices a bit of immediate competitiveness. For the Bears, this is a golden opportunity. They're sitting at 3-3, right in the thick of things in the NFC North, and this is a team that has been looking for that next piece to push them over the edge. Chicago's defense has been promising but inconsistent, especially along the interior line. Gervon Dexter has shown flashes of brilliance, but what they really need is a dominant presence that can anchor that defensive front. With Simmons, the Bears could significantly upgrade their run defense, going from allowing around 120 rushing yards per game, which ranks 20th in the NFL, to possibly under 90 yards, which would be top 10. That kind of improvement would not only boost their defense, but also allow them to control the clock and keep opposing offenses off the field. And it's not just about stopping the run. Simmons' ability to generate pressure on the quarterback adds a new dimension to Chicago's pass rush. Remember, the Bears have some talented pass rushers like Sweat, who already has 5 sacks this season. Adding Simmons to that mix would create a nightmare for offenses trying to pick their poison. Double teams will become a thing of the past if Simmons can draw enough attention, freeing up Sweat and others to get after the quarterback. This kind of interior disruption is exactly what teams like the Bears need to compete at the highest level in the playoffs. It's about creating chaos, forcing turnovers, and making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. Now, let's look at the bigger picture. The Bears have been a team on the rise. They've shown resilience this season, bouncing back after a tough start and demonstrating that they're serious about contending. Their offense, led by Justin Fields, has flashed moments of brilliance, but it's their defense that has held them back at times. With Simmons, they could turn that weakness into a strength. Plus, this move signals to the rest of the league that Chicago is not content to be a middle-of-the-pack team anymore. They're positioning themselves as serious playoff contenders, ready to make a run deep into January. Odds are shifting accordingly. Super Bowl futures have shortened from plus 7,000 to around plus 3,000, reflecting the newfound confidence in this roster transformation. The NFC is wide open, and if Simmons joins the Bears, they become one of the prime contenders in that conversation. The interior of their defense would be fortified, making them tougher against the run and more dynamic on third downs. That's the kind of upgrade that can turn a good team into a great one, especially in the high-stakes environment of the playoffs. Of course, all of this hinges on the trade actually happening. The Titans are weighing their options, and the Bears are eager to make a statement. If Simmons does arrive in Chicago, he will instantly become a key piece in their quest for excellence. His presence will elevate the entire defense, and with that, the Bears' chances of making some serious noise come postseason time. It's a move that could define the franchise's trajectory for years to come, especially if it leads to a deep playoff run or even a Super Bowl appearance. And let's not forget the importance of this moment for the fans. The Chicago Bears have always been a team that's known for resilience and fighting spirit. This potential acquisition embodies that fighting spirit, going after the best, making bold moves and aiming for greatness. The defense, under Eberflus's scheme, would get a shot in the arm, and the entire team would gain confidence knowing they have one of the league's best interior disruptors in Simmons. It's exciting to think about the possibilities. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Bears have a real shot at making a playoff push this season. The NFC is somewhat open, especially with teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Cowboys showing some inconsistency at times. Adding Simmons would give Chicago that extra edge in the trenches, a crucial factor in winning playoff games. The division is also up for grabs. The Packers have been competitive, but they're still figuring things out, and the Vikings have struggled with consistency. This trade, if it comes to fruition, could be the catalyst for the Bears to take control of the NFC North in the near future. And this isn't just about this season. The long-term implications are just as exciting. Simmons is only 26 years old, entering his prime. If the Bears manage to lock him down long-term, they're building a foundation for sustained success. This move signals a shift toward a more aggressive, win-now mentality, and the fans are right to be optimistic. The team's front office is clearly thinking big, making bold moves to put Chicago on the map as a perennial contender. In conclusion, the potential acquisition of Jeffrey Simmons is more than just a trade rumor. It's a statement. It's about a team that's ready to compete at the highest level, willing to invest in the present to secure a brighter future. The Titans are in a rebuilding phase, and Simmons' departure could be the missing piece the Bears need to elevate their defense to elite status. It's a move that could redefine the NFC North landscape, making the division more competitive and exciting for everyone involved. Fans should stay tuned because this story is developing quickly, and if it happens, it could be one of the most impactful moves of the NFL season. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.